In part 2 of chapter 7, we're going to look at different types of diets that, may not be able to have the typical protein from animal food, such as vegetarian diets, and how we can make the vegetarian diets have complete protein so that they're getting all of the essential amino acids. First, understand that the Nutrition Facts panel doesn't provide information concerning the quality of a protein. So you have to really judge the quality by reading the ingredient list. Sometimes people can't afford to buy a lot of meat and they're worried about protein in the diet. So they can substitute eggs and milk and yogurt, cheese, instead of having meat, fish, or poultry. You can have meals that have more plant proteins. You can include beans in the meal that can help replace, the meat that you're not eating. What you want to think about is if you're a person that really wants no animal protein, you want to have what's called a complementary protein. That's when you mix a couple of plant proteins together so that combined they contain all the essential amino acids and act like an animal protein. Examples, table 7.4 gives a bunch of them. Red beans and rice, peanut butter on a whole wheat bagel are examples of complementary proteins that you can eat in place of meat and still get all your essential amino acids. There are different types of vegetarian diets. There's a semi-vegetarian or flexitarian that eats everything except red meat, lacto-vegetarian, ovo-vegetarian, lacto-ovo-vegetarian. It all depends. Some of them eat, allow milk in the diet, some allow eggs, some allow milk and eggs, and then there's true vegans that have no animal foods whatsoever. So what is the advantage or disadvantage of being a vegetarian? Well, pros are you can weigh less, you have lower risk for metabolic syndrome, usually you exercise more and meditate and avoid things such as tobacco and alcohol, so it's a healthier lifestyle. The cons, you're not getting enough calories, you're not getting a high quality protein, you're missing the omega-3s, probably deficient in vitamin B12 and D, zinc, iron, and calcium. Especially women that are pregnant, they may need to have a B12 supplement if they're vegetarian, otherwise the infant can be deficient in B12. Same for breastfeeding. Table 7.6 talks about some of the aspects of a vegetarian diet with relation to nutrition. They're high in vitamins A, C, E, and folic acid, as well as fiber, low in fat, but they're also low in B12 and D, omega-3s, and they also are low in energy. So you have to be careful when you're thinking about protein in your diet because you want a certain amount. Remember, we said around 15 to 35% of the diet should be made up of protein each day. But if you have too much, you could risk, heart disease and certain cancers such as colon. Usually not recommended to have a high protein diet for a healthy individual. Excess protein can lead to higher than normal urinary losses of calcium and lead to dehydration. Protein deficiency usually doesn't occur in the United States unless it's usually common among people that have come from very low income or if they're very elderly. People that have certain eating disorders or alcoholism may have that problem as well. There are food allergies that usually can occur and the immune system is reacting inappropriately to a substance known as an allergen. And most of them are proteins that escape digestion. And some signs and symptoms you might see are hives, swollen or itchy lips, flushing of the skin, difficulty swallowing or breathing, and maybe abdominal pain with vomiting. Common allergens that you'd find in food are cow's milk, eggs, peanuts, wheat, soybeans, fish. Non-proteins are food dyes or sulfites that are added to wine, potatoes, and shrimp. Less than 5% of children and less than 4% of adults will develop food allergies, and children can outgrow theirs by the time they're 5 years old. How do we treat them? First is avoid the offending food, read food labels and check for allergens. Make sure you let people know, specifically teachers, if there's an allergic reaction that a child or an adult may have. And there's emergency treatment for anaphylaxis that usually involves an EpiPen where you're shooting a shot of adrenaline into the outside of the thigh, and that helps to keep it in control, but you still need to get to the hospital. Another issue that we can see is celiac disease, which is a problem with the absorption of gluten, which is a protein that's found in wheat, barley, and rye. If a person has celiac disease, they can end up having an immune response that after they eat the gluten, the small intestine gets inflamed and can destroy the villi, which are very important in absorbing nutrients. So signs and symptoms could be abdominal bloating, chronic diarrhea, weight loss, and there's no cure, but people with the condition can maintain good health by following a gluten-free diet, which obviously is all the craze. Everybody is on the gluten-free bandwagon, but unless you truly have celiac disease, it's not necessary. PKU is a genetic disorder. There's a lack of an enzyme that converts the amino acid phenylalanine to another compound, and if it's undiagnosed, a baby can develop mental retardation by year 1. So they need to have a low phenylalanine diet, and they are allowed to have fruits and vegetables. There you have to avoid nuts, milk products, eggs, and meats. So that is it on the chapter on proteins. Again, this is a quick outline of the chapter. Pay attention to other forms of learning materials in this learning module and make sure you're reading your chapter for detail.